This week on eNEWS, students are dealing with stress and a lack of sleep as the semester wraps up, community members raise awareness of the fentanyl crisis, and the men's ACAC basketball championship wraps up here at the college. Welcome to eNEWS. I'm David Sellis.
And I'm Greg Bobanek. Here's today's top story. Lethbridge College is focusing on student sleep patterns this week. It's giving out massages to students in center core to help them relax. It also is trying to inform students that staying active and minimalizing caffeine consumption can help. Houston Geringer reports.
It's common chatter these days. Many in these hallways say they're tired, just not getting enough rest. Health professionals say sleep is very important for students, especially when it comes to crunch time and major assignments and midterms are piling up. Many students turn to the ever-popular cup of Java to keep them awake while focusing on schoolwork. But this health services worker says that consuming caffeine can lead to many health problems for young adults in the future.
Consuming too much caffeine can cause other adverse health problems such as anxiety and cardiovascular issues that later can lead to bigger things.
A study from the Mayo Clinic showed that a person who drank more than 4 cups of coffee a day had future immune problems. Caffeine can also lead to future heart attacks, gout, breast cyst issues in women, and indigestion. But studies also suggest caffeine isn't solely to blame for students' liability to sleep. Technology also plays a big role. Having your cell phone beside you when you go to sleep is also a problem. Research indicates the brain needs time to unwind, and being on your phone just before you go to sleep won't allow your brain to shut down enough to give you a restful sleep. Student experience worker Michael Bart says how technology before you go to bed is really bad for you and should be avoided at all costs.
Technology is such a great thing and I love it so much, but not so much when you're sleeping. It's really tempting to check your social media, your Snapchat, and probably wouldn't do that. About an hour before, just turn off the phone. Turn to airplane mode, you don't need to use it.
The LCSA has been putting on many events this week, which they like to call Sleep Week, which is to help encourage students to get a good sleep and stay away from things like technology at night and using caffeine. I'm Houston Geringer, eNEWS.
Experts say getting a good night's sleep will improve students' energy, mood, and help them get prepared for school.
And down the stretch they go. The final 5 candidates competing for the Troy Reeb internship were named last week. This year, the list includes 4 second-year students and 1 first-year. The winner of the internship will be named at a later date. Troy Reeb is a 1988 Lethbridge College broadcast journalism alumnus. He's also the 2003 Distinguished Alumni recipient. For students to get named a recipient, they first had to write a story pitch to Reeb and a few other reviewers. Reeb and a panel reviews and shortlists them. Digital communications and media instructor Pete Gingras says students should expect to have their eyes open should they win the internship.
Well, once we nail things down, we get to a short list of 5 or 6 students. In this case, this year it's 5. Each student, each successful applicant, each shortlisted candidate gets invited to an interview.
The internship has been in place since 2006. Toronto and Ottawa are most often the destinations for the recipient. However, other internships have taken place in Vancouver and Washington, D.C.
The Interfaith Food Bank and schools in the community came together to build the annual Construction exhibition. It's an opportunity for students to show ingenuity and help the community at the same time. I had a chance to see what they created. With hunger being a consistent issue within our community, local businesses, schools, and organizations have come together to raise perishable food and money for local food banks. JP Gentelli from the Lethbridge College Student Association says this is a good event for the school to partake in for the cause.
Again, we just raise anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 just to buy the cans. For example, we bought the cans that were $4,100 that were shelf cost, and Save on Foods gave them to us for just over $3,000. So by doing this too, we save 30% off shelf costs.
According to Food Banks Canada, 13% of Canadians do not have access to adequate amount of safe, good quality food. The main root cause for hunger in Canada is low income, which affects more than 4 million people every day. Secondary education students are also affected, which makes the college participation in a creative contest necessary.
We don't have tons of students that do use the student food bank, but we know that there's lots of students that do need it, whether they are not aware of it or just lack of pride to come in and ask for food. It's not easy to go and ask someone for food, so it's a necessity, I think.
The construction creations are on display until the end of March for the public to come observe and donate. For eNEWS, I'm Greg Bobinick. The construction creations will be on display at the Center Village Mall for people to view and vote. They are asking for anyone who wants to vote to either donate money or a perishable food item.
The college is taking new strides to welcome mature learners and the like into their educational sphere. With mature learners information sessions, student recruitment at Lethbridge College is looking for a new kind of student in a mature learner. According to Greg Goodwin, the former project head for these sessions, there is no set idea that they look for in a mature student. But right now, mature students do have different needs when it comes to their educational career.
They're just looking for a career change, not necessarily just to go to school and start exploring their interests from the ground up. So a lot of them have an idea of what they'd like to do, so we just provide tailored information for that demographic specifically.
For information on the next Mature Learner information session or to inquire about the many other seminars that Recruitment Services has to offer, visit their office or their website at www.lethbridgecollege.ca.
Lethbridge College has decided that Coulee Fest will be a yearly event. After the successful first running of Coulee Fest as a 60th anniversary celebration, the college has decided that this event can further promote the college every year. President and CEO of Lethbridge College, Paula Burns, says college was asked multiple times whether or not Coulee Fest would happen again.
All through that day, people kept saying, are you going to do that again? Of course, we didn't know at that point. But when we reflected on sort of what we achieved with Coulee Fest, which our goals really were to bring in our internal and our external community.
Burns says Coulee Fest is one of the best ways to engage people and get people interested in the college.
United Conservative Party leader Jason Kenney paid a visit to Lethbridge College recently to explore the college's forward-focused advancements. The college's Trades, Technology and Innovation facility was on display to the touring politician. Kenney was given the opportunity to not only see the projects the college has in the works in the agriculture facility, but also explore the expanding technologies of the School of Media and Design, including virtual reality and 360-degree journalism. Kenney says that the importance of investing in the changing technologies of education is not only good for students in education facilities, but also the economy moving forward. The Alberta legislature resumes this week, and Kenney will take his seat as the leader of the opposition for the first time after winning a by-election back in the fall. Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at how the fentanyl crisis is impacting the city of Lethbridge. And later, we'll introduce you to a Lethbridge College athlete who survived devastating wildfires in northern Alberta.
Volunteer Lethbridge is there to help you give back to the community. Volunteering is there to help you get more experience if you're lacking the skills department on your resume. We have many opportunities to volunteer, keeping you busy all year to be a staple in the Lethbridge community. Volunteer opportunities include kitchen cleaning, vision mates, Meals on Wheels drivers, community board members, cleaning and maintenance, voice drive, and so much more. Volunteer Lethbridge located on 324 5th Street South, offices located in the Penny Building. The Lethbridge Food Bank is here to help families and those in need. Life can be hard and people deserve a helping hand. They help approximately 700 households each month. That's over 50,000 pounds of food. Now more than ever, the Lethbridge Food Bank is in need of your donations. They even accept perishables, including meat and milk. Donate today and help the people in your community.
Welcome back. A Lethbridge resident turned a heartbreaking circumstance into a chance for healing and support. Communities in Unity held a memorial walk for those who have lost their lives in their battle with addiction. December Burgess reports.
A A recent spike in drug-related deaths caused community members to pick up signs in memoriam of loved ones who have overdosed. The cause sparked emotion all throughout the city after an opioid-related epidemic took the lives of 50 people. Though the problem has become quite prevalent now, the crisis has been brewing for years.
I actually lost my brother, my only brother, from a drug overdose.
Many Fingers Healy's life changed irrevocably Christmas Eve 2016 when he witnessed his brother teetering on the edge of death. A time meant to be joyous turned sorrowful and dark when his brother could not be revived. It spurred a desire for action within him, but Many Fingers Healy says that he needed to work through his grief before he brought awareness to the issue. It was after the death of a coworker this past week that he decided to build bridges between service providers and those struggling as his brother had.
Yeah, it was the worst experience of my life, and I don't want anybody else to kind of experience that, what I had experienced.
Making sure others' lives aren't needlessly lost to the opioid crisis is exactly what this march is about.
I just wish I could show people that they're not alone in this. They're not struggling alone in this. There are other people out there. There's resources. There's a whole community behind them, and how can we show them that there's someone standing with them?
According to reports released in 2018 by Alberta Health, 462 Albertans died of opioid overdoses from January to November 2017. This averages out to 1.5 people a day. The group is looking to set 2 follow-up events for the cause. Details for those events have not yet been set.
So let's bring awareness to these people so they don't end up in a grave.
For eNEWS, I'm December Burgess.
Communities in Unity put a large emphasis on the destigmatization of drug addicts. Many Fingers Healy says it's important that everyone gets the help they need.
Lethbridge College is revamping its brand once again with the reconstruction and redesign of the food court. The college has undertaken a similar project with Founders Square and Center Core last year in order to unify the rest of the school and the new Trades and Technology and Innovation facility. Those taking part in the project say the goal is to connect Founders Square to the cafeteria and create a marketplace style of dining. They plan to refresh the menu, adding healthier options and other elements from Founders Square to create a cohesive unit.
That unification creates almost a brand and a level of sophistication within the environment that carries into all sorts of things.
The Lethbridge Photography Club came together for its 14th annual Photo Fusion exhibition, where local photographers displayed their work from the year. With a variety of abstract, nature, and personal work for people to see, Photo Fusion is a good platform for local photographers like Vice President Stephen Layton to showcase their work.
And it's a collection of slideshows to music that the members have created that they've done over the year or past years or during their travels or even their professional work that just shows who they are, what they like to do, their personalities, and how they see the world.
The Lethbridge Photography Club is always welcoming newcomers to the club. It encourages people to join community discussions and workshops.
With graduation and convocation coming up fast, December Burgess sat down with Registrar Marco Hilgersum to discuss the upcoming changes to the event.
And welcome to Campus Horizons. My name is December Burgess, this is Marco Hilgersum, and today we're going to be talking about convocation. Marco, what kind of changes have been going on for convocation this year?
So we've reduced the number of speeches. We're trying to find other ways for people to say congratulations. Everybody wants to say congratulations to those people crossing the stage. So we're looking at different ways that they can do that. So we are having a convocation luncheon so we can get some speeches done there prior to the ceremony. It's kind of like the pre-Oscar stuff, as well as doing some videos.
What kind of details could you add to the videos? So, like, could you give me some details on what the videos would entail?
So we have featured convocates. So we have 3 convocates from various programs at the college that are graduating. We're celebrating them. We're also going to do a kind of a college-wide congratulations video. Should be fun, a little more, and DCM students are actually going to be involved with that production. So that'll be happening April 6th. 2:30, 3:30, so there'll be a call out to students to participate as well as employees.
and it's our way to kind of, for everyone to be able to say congratulations.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for interviewing with me. That's it for Campus Horizons. See you next time.
Students wishing to attend convocation can register for $50 until the end of March. Anyone registering after that date will have to pay $60.
The Kodiak's women's basketball team is comprised of more than a few star athletes. Dominique Charles is standing by with more. Dom?
It seems the Kodiaks not only have championship-winning players under their belt with the girls' basketball team, but a strong contender and big heart in Janan Daka. Daka is a second-year guard from an interesting place with an inspiring story. For Janan Daka, she bases her success and perseverance on three main staples: her love for her family, her love for her team, and ultimately her love of the game.
Jumping up and down, knowing that the Lethbridge College Kodiaks are your 2016
Riz and I would put these baskets on top of these like cement fences, and we would dribble a soccer ball. Not really, but we'd like run around carrying it and like shooting it into the basket.
Daka has an interesting story, to say the least. As a child, she grew up in Palestine with a traditional Arabic family, later moving to North America with her family and finally setting up roots in Fort McMurray. Tragedy ended up following Janan's family during the wildfires which struck back in 2016. On May 3rd, it swept through the community, forcing the largest wildfire evacuation in Alberta's history, with upwards of 88,000 people being forced from their homes.
And I remember the flames were the closest that they've ever been to me on that specific road and that specific spot. And anytime I go drive on that spot, I just see the flames. First thing, I actually had my bag ready for the ID camp to come to the college. I had my basketball, I had my shorts and my shoes. I was like, I'm set.
But something Daka has learned in her short time on Earth, and even shorter time in Canada, is that perseverance and a positive attitude can mean everything to the way your life will play out.
Winning nationals was huge. To be a first-year college basketball player and experience the best basketball in Canada and like some of the best, to watch some of the best players and like practice with some of the best players, it was like unreal.
Dominique Charles, eNEWS. Daka is currently out of career shape with a career-halting injury, but hopes to get back into the swing of things next semester.
So what sort of accomplishments has Daka had in her career so far?
Daka was actually scouted pretty heavily by the Kodiaks, and in her first year had the opportunity to play the gold medal game and take home the ring and the title.
So where does Daka see herself next year?
Next year, Daka is actually headed to Calgary, and she's going to be pursuing a career in physical therapy. Not sure yet whether or not she'll be playing for the team, but we do know she will be at MRU.
Thanks, Dominique.
Get ready to bring in spring with Aiden Dingwall. Here's his top 5 ways to kick off spring.
It's March, so that means the first day of spring is just around the corner. So, in preparation for that, I made a list of 5 great ways to kick off the new season. Number 5, go for a walk. You've probably been cooped up inside due to the snow, so it's time to stretch your legs. Number 4, barbecue. That might be more of a summertime thing, but are you really going to wait that long for burgers? Number 3, spring cleaning. You might as well get it over with, and this is the perfect time to do it. Number 2, go outside without a jacket. Even though it's not quite warm enough yet, you still got to show spring who's the boss. Number 1, prepare your garden. Gardening season is coming sooner than it is later, and I know I'll be growing some great tomatoes this year. And that's my top 5 ways to kick off spring.
Thanks, Aiden. Still ahead, we'll show you how this year's ACAC men's basketball tournament went. And later, we'll talk with Athletic Director Todd Coughlin about the Kodiak's athletic program.
Crime Stoppers and the Lethbridge Police Service need your help in solving a string of bike thefts in West Lethbridge. 2 bicycles with an estimated value of $3,000 were stolen. One sometime between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. on July 17th. from a bike rack near the University of Lethbridge bus loop. The other from the parking lot of Save On Foods on July 30th. A third bike, with an estimated value of $10,000, was stolen from outside the apartments at 65 Temple Boulevard West. If you have any information on this or any crime, please contact Crime Stoppers by any of these methods. Standard message and data rates may apply. Crime Stoppers will pay up to $2,000 for information leading to an arrest. Remember, you will not have to attend court or testify, and you will remain anonymous. We want your information, not your name.
This is your 5-day weather forecast provided by Environment Canada. Coming up this week, we have a high of 9 and then low higher of 8. And so that's the typical weather for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then Thursday is going to be a high of 6. And then Friday, well, Friday, nobody's looking forward to. The snow, the ice, all the weather is returning. So let's just get out there and enjoy the sunny weather while we can with our friends and family.
Thanks, Bethany. Lethbridge College has wrapped up a busy and exciting weekend of basketball. For the second straight year, the college hosted a conference championship tournament. I had a chance to see how it all came together.
The game is underway, and that's Jake.
By all accounts, Lethbridge College and the Kodiaks men's basketball team successfully hosted the 2018 ACAC Men's Basketball Championships. The college welcomed the top 4 teams from the North and South divisions into the Val Mattioli Gymnasium for a packed weekend of action. The college says that based on feedback, people were pleased with how the event went.
Based on reactions from all the coaches and emails and everything I've gotten up to this point, I think we did a pretty good job. So pretty proud of the entire team and the support from the college.
Putting on an event of this magnitude over a short period of time takes a lot of work from a lot of people, and according to Coughlin, there are some areas that could always be improved.
Organizationally, there were always little quirks here and there, but I think on a whole we were able to adjust to the little things that happened.
Another aspect of hosting a tournament like this is the amount of social media work that comes along with it.
For Jamin Heller, his weekend consisted of posting all scores and updates and visually capturing the excitement of the activity. That made him one of the busiest people of the entire tournament.
Pretty much from Wednesday, day of the banquet, to championship Saturday, it's go, go, go. And so definitely Sunday, went home and did absolutely nothing, and it felt great. But till then, yeah, not a lot of chance to rest.
Heller worked closely with the college's digital communications and media program, which broadcasts all games over the internet and generated considerable social media content.
In terms of helping promote the Kodiaks brand, they were awesome, and just all weekend and all year long too with the webcasts that they do during the regular seasons.
Coughlin says the tournament was a huge success for the college, and he and his staff will learn from this experience when hosting future tournaments.
Coughlin says the college plans to bid on multiple championships in the coming years, including volleyball, soccer, and cross country. The host Lethbridge College Kodiaks men's basketball team dropped 2 of 3 games at the Alberta College's Athletic Conference Championships, bringing a conclusion to their season. But despite not advancing to the national stage, the Kodiaks say they have much to reflect on. Stephanie Savage has more.
The buzzer has sounded on the Kodiaks basketball season, and with it comes the end of an era for some. After a season filled with flurries of three-pointers and free throws, graduating captain Corey Richardson has a stat sheet to be proud of. He says that although the season is over, the memories he's collected will last a lifetime.
Just being around the guys. They're a great bunch of guys. It was unreal to make some unbelievable friendships that'll cherish forever.
First-year rookie Jet Steph joined the Kodiaks at the beginning of the season. He says that although the faces on the team may be changing, the atmosphere will still be one of brotherhood and growth.
Everybody has something new to teach, and so it'll be good to learn from someone else as well.
The Kodiaks men's basketball team finished the regular season with 13 wins and 8 losses. They capped off ACAC championships with 1 win and 2 losses. Steph says that despite the amount of losses they suffered this season, he's still proud of the team's accomplishments.
I mean, we had a lot of success, some lows, but I think more highs than lows, and I loved the way it ended.
Richardson says playing basketball with the Kodiaks was a dream come true, but that all good things must come to an end.
It happened, So can't dwell on it too much. We just got to keep moving on.
For eNEWS, I'm Stephanie Savage.
The Kodiak squad will rebuild next season after losing 3 key fifth-year players and both of their captains, Corey Richardson and Pierce Van Galen. Tryouts will take place over the summer months and the teams will be back on the court next fall.
On this week's Kodiak Report, we had Houston Geringer sit down with Athletics Director Todd Coughlin to talk about the outcome of all things athletic and the recruitment season.
Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Kodiak Report. I'm Houston Geringer, followed here by Todd Coughlin. So Todd, now that the athletics is kind of starting to slow down, what's next for you?
Well, right now we start wrapping up all the seasons. We've got our championships for indoor track and futsal this weekend, and just to start getting ready for next year. And then of course we got the Codies, which is our award show in early April, so we're ready to roll.
And when do you guys start back up with everything?
Most of the coaches are already recruiting, but I attend meetings in May. We'll get all the schedules, we start travel planning, and everybody starts rolling in August.
And how does, what is the recruitment, how does that go?
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways, but gokodiaks.ca, you can actually register there. But the best way is to contact the head coaches themselves, which they can be contacted through the Go Kodiaks, and set up dates.
And what is your goal coming into next season for recruiting wise?
You know what, I challenged the coaches when I first got here to change the culture, and we're that much closer to doing that, because as you can see in the background, we are all Kodiaks.
And what was your most favorite part of the year?
Oh, right now, you know what, there's been too many to talk about. We've had some great comebacks, and just the fact the way pretty much almost all the teams complained for the championships, it's been a good year.
Alrighty, thanks Todd, and thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.
After the Cora ACAC Men's Basketball Championships, Lethbridge College is keeping busy. High school 1A and 2A zones got underway Monday night in the Val Mattioti Gymnasium.
Sounds of shoes squealing just keep on going here at Lethbridge College. Only days after hosting the Cora's Breakfast and Lunch ACAC Men's Basketball Championship Tournament, many high school teams from all over the district made the journey to Lethbridge to take part in this year's zone championships. The college says it takes a lot of work putting on a tournament like this, one it's proud to host.
So being able to host something like this and have a 1A and 2A and get that kind of showcase opportunity, we love it, and it's great to host them.
With the top players from the South being represented at the tournament, it brings a huge benefit into the recruitment process. Coughlin says that the talent level is high, and being able to witness players here is key.
Absolutely. Because again, our coaches can come into their own backyard and see what kind of talent Southern Alberta has, what they haven't seen possibly already.
For high school players, this tournament could be the last bit of meaningful basketball they will ever play. Head coach of the Emmanuel Christian Eagles says he believes his players could play college ball here in the future.
Some of them for sure, yeah, and as the weekend goes on, as we get a little bit further, they look more forward to the games and judge them to be more important.
Playing on the big stage at the college is a new experience for many of the players. Degner says the chance to come in and play here is surreal.
It's really important. The boys look forward to zones all year. It's a great tournament, lots of different teams, and just a great experience for them.
According to Coughlin, by hosting these mini-grade tournaments, the college continues to make a good name for itself. Events like these continue to be a hit, and the college will continue to be proud hosts. I'm Alex Groger, eNEWS.
This tournament is the last major one the college will host this semester. It will, however, host a couple of club tournaments before hosting volleyball zones next year. So it's pretty nice that we get to see that stuff.
Yeah, it's nice, and it gives the Kodiaks a good opportunity to start doing some early scouting there, and that's about it. But thanks for joining us. That's all the time that we have today at eNEWS. I'm Greg Bobanek.
And I'm David Sellis. Thanks for watching.